offering an all signs reading for a very interesting transit of Black Moon Lilith. It's like a void in the sky. That's why I use the tourmaline. Looks like a black moon. And it's going into the sign of Scorpio. If this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Sarah. I am a channeler and an astrologer. And so today I am going to be channeling through the lens of an all signs reading, talking about Lilith. I have some resources for you. I did a whole video introduction to Lilith, I think it was last year. I'm covered in paint. I'll put the link for that below. In that video, I recommend a book, which I'm going to hold up to you now if you're interested in learning about. This is a great book. It talks about Lilith in your birth chart. So I'm talking about transiting Lilith, but this is talking about Lilith in your birth chart, getting to know Lilith. A little bit about her. She's connected to the feminine, the wild. Also, in my 2025 workbook, which is on sale right now, goes through, month to month, everything that's going on. I want to read a little excerpt that I wrote, like kind of a shorthand on Lilith. Who is Lilith? Lilith in myth was the first wife of Adam. She was made equal to Adam and not of him, like Eve. They had children together, and she desired to be equal as she was made. When Adam said no, she was shunned, sent away from the only world she ever knew, a wild, untamable being who desired to be herself as she was made. She was made to feel as though this was unacceptable. Making the best of her current situation, Lilith began to make a new life for herself. And Adam got lonely. He asked God to bring her back, so God sent beings to go chit-chat with Lilith, telling her that if she didn't come back, God would turn her children mortal and she would have to watch them die. Lilith, having been tasked with looking over the creatures and children of the earth, was shocked and surprised with God's new demand. So Lilith refused. She stayed true to herself and watched her children pass on and was left wild and free to be herself for eternity with herself. This is my shorthand of it. This is just, so if you're interested in going over the planets and a little bit of the transits for each month and how to utilize it, it's a workbook for 2025. Definitely go check that out. But that excerpt I referenced twice because in 2025, Lilith began the year in Libra. She's very connected to the feminine, so she will spend 9 months in Scorpio, and then the end of the year, in December, she's going to enter Sagittarius. So we have a lot of time to get to know Lilith. If you would like to go back into your journals and kind of do a little bit of a deep dive with yourself, Lilith went into Libra on the 29th of June, 2024. And if this is your first time here, if this is your new time here, sorry, it's Mercury retrograde as I record this, I follow the mean Lilith and the mean nodes. So if you follow the true, the dates might be different of the signs and all different things like that, but I follow the mean and not the true. This is not my first lifetime reading the planets, so it just resonates more with me in my work and in my client sessions. So if you follow a different, no right or wrong, no right or wrong. So it's a void in the sky, and we're all doing the best we can on the crusted rim of a fireball shooting through space. So like, no judgment on either one. Neither's not right or wrong. But if you want to kind of look back to the end of June 2024, was I true to myself in relationships? And we're going to go through a whole all signs. I don't know how it's going to come out, but I wrote down the date for the 26th of March, 2025, when Lilith goes into Scorpio, and then the 20th of December, when Lilith goes into Sagittarius. There's some very interesting things. Very interesting things. And if you just want to watch this introduction, that's totally fine. It's kind of like with the Mercury retrograde. I did a little bit of a longer introduction. But what I really find fascinating with this transit, we have Neptune The title of my workbook is called Dipping Our Toes into the New World, dipping our toes into new energy. Why would you call it that, Sarah? Because Neptune dips its toe into Aries energy and then retrogrades back into Pisces energy. Saturn dips its toe into Aries energy, retrogrades back into Pisces energy. Uranus dips its toe into Gemini energy and retrogrades back into Taurus energy. So this transit of Lilith is bookending all of these transits. Like if you look for the energies of July and August of 2025, it's wild. We have new energies we've never experienced before. Oh my God, everything's afoot. But in December, in December, the big transits, Neptune, Saturn, and Uranus, will all be, Saturn will be at 25 degrees of Pisces, Uranus will be at 28 degrees of Taurus, and Neptune will be at 29 degrees of Pisces. Neptune's only going to go to 29 degrees. It's not going to go farther than that. So what this says to me, to wrap all this up with a bow, is that this is an opportunity for us to utilize this energy of the wildness within us, which is our true nature. There's a difference between popping off and being our true and authentic selves. So what I love about astrology, it's math, history, and patterns. So maybe spend some time asking yourself, how did I really transform and become my true self within my relationships during this 9-month transit? Was I honest with myself and others? Was I expressive? Did I feel safe to do that? Did I speak from I statements? Did I really honor my true self in relationships? And we've talked about this a bit. I think it was Leo that we talked about, but really everybody can utilize it. But in an all signs reading, this came up for Leo a little bit ago, and Pisces placements as well, it's come up, which is if you're not telling people how you feel, you're lying to them. You're not giving them the opportunity to decide if they want you in their life. I'm going to repeat that. If you are not telling someone how you feel about a situation, about a circumstance, about a whatever, and they have a powerful opinion opposite to yours, and you're not telling them how you feel, you're not giving that person the opportunity to leave. You're not giving that person the opportunity to say, hey, you're not for me. You're not for me. We cannot covet people. We cannot lie to them. And we cannot surround ourselves with people that are not meant to be with us. When we sovereignly decide to end relationships with integrity, we're walking towards our most authentic future. We're giving that other person the opportunity to fill the space that we used to take up. We've talked about it a lot in the past few weeks. We've talked about it a lot when, the South Node was in Libra. This is a big deal. This is a really big deal. I want us to really remind ourselves that we're safe to express ourselves. We're safe to speak from I statements. And if we don't feel safe, two things are going on. This is a choose your own adventure. Either we know that that person's not safe and know that they're not going to like us for who we are and we need to start being honest with ourselves and them, or B, there is a trauma response going on, trauma big T, little t, that says at a certain point in time, I was not safe to express myself, to be myself, and I need to go to that wounding and really look at it and naturally start to do my own inner work and development to become my most authentic self. And then naturally the people that are around you will shift and change and grow. And you won't care as much to keep people there just so you're not with yourself. It's kind of like we've seen, no judgment, but there's been either people are doubling down on relationships that we know, that they know are not meant for them, or they're separating sovereignly. That's it. That's it. When I say we're not a vibrational match anymore, that doesn't mean I'm better than you, you did this wrong, you did this. That just means I want you to have the role that I took up filled with a more authentic person. I think that's it. I think that's it. We're going to get into it. I don't know if I'm even going to put any other planets down. I really don't. It might just be, I don't know. I don't really know, but I'm going to introduce the planets. I have no idea how this is going to go. For the longer transits, sometimes I don't really know how to do it. But, or I mean, like which planets to go down if you need the exactitude to the exactitude. But for this one, we might just break down Lilith and look at some, I don't know how it's going to come out. So we're going to see. We're going to see. But I'm going to introduce the planets. Also, my disclaimer is always listed below. I'll repeat it now. This is not a personalized reading. We are transcending time and space. This is an offering. Nothing that I say is doctrine. Absolutely nothing. Please do your own research. If it resonates with you, it's for you. If it does not resonate with you, it is not for you. You can scroll right past this video. It is not in any way. You do not need to take this in. It is not for everyone. The second part of my disclaimer is that sometimes my readings can be intense. I really only have you for a few minutes and I want to offer you the most accessible information. I also want to offer this at the very beginning, which is Lilith is connected to the feminine, going into Scorpio, which is connected to sensuality and sexuality. There have been, I will just highlight some of the videos that I already have available on YouTube, which are Papa Can You Hear Me? And then there was Mother, Past Life Tales of Sexual Trauma, my entire Waking Up Post-Woke series. My human story could be for you to get to know me and my work. This might have some heavier topics come up. So I want you to do some time to check in with yourself before going into this. This is not an average all signs reading. This is like I am channeling through the lens of astrology. So this is not just the astrology. These are channeled messages that are coming through for you. They might be hitting. I'm just giving that disclaimer to you now. My guides are validating this. So I don't want you to go into this blind. I want you to feel good, check in with yourself, maybe pause the video now, you can save this video for another time and watch it another time, but you do not have to take this in if it is not for you. You don't. But I just want to, I sometimes give a double disclaimer for Scorpio readings because it's like, this is deep. This is the lions and tigers and bears portion of the chart. This is deep transformation, death, shared possessions, wills, contracts, sensuality, sexuality, poisons. It's the Scorpio tail. This is a lot. So I just want to honor that and really circle back to we're stepping into new energy and then coming back. So this is a huge opportunity for us to be the transformed version of ourselves. And remember, powerful people empower powerful people. I want you bigger. I want you feeling strong. I want you having a calm nervous system. I want you moisturized. I want you dressed the way that you want to be dressed because your power does not take from me. So when we empower each other to stand in our sovereignty and in our freedom and our authenticity, you're not intimidating. You're not intimidating. I want you bigger. I want you stronger. I want you more empowered. So if you are not surrounded by people who feel that way about you, question it. Question it. Question it. Question it and look in the mirror, talk to yourself, journal it out, do those types of things. That was a much longer introduction than I expected, but I really wanted to record this and get this. This is overlooked. Not every astrologer puts Lilith in, and I feel as though this is a really wonderful opportunity for us to get to know the wildness within ourselves and love it. Masculine, feminine, we all have Lilith in our chart. We all are experiencing this energy. Whether we utilize it, harness it, or let it buckle us is completely our own decision, or not even participate in it. Some people don't. So okie dokie. This is the general astrological wheel. Starts in Aries and goes all the way around over to Pisces. Please watch for your rising sign first. Find out exactly where Scorpio falls in your chart. What planets are in Scorpio, what aspects is Lilith going to be making. If you're interested in the workbook, I also have an astrological starter kit that could be something worth your time and energy, going over all the different planets. I have, tons of information on my website, and please also reach out directly. We can book a free consultation if you're not really sure the product or the service that's right for you. We can have a chit-chat and decide together what is the best avenue if working with me is something that you're interested in. So let's get into it. Yeah, the videos that I referenced, and I'm brainstorming right now how to best be of service with small groups and different things. I just want to plant that seed. It's retrograde season. I have Venus and Mercury retrograde as I record this, and I'm in the middle of an eclipse portal. Just know that I'm really brainstorming some ways as to how to be more helpful for people in a small group setting that have gone through some more traumatic experiences that might be past life related and sensual, sexual related. So just know that that is in like the forefront of my brain, in the frontal lobe. Like, I don't even know if that's the right way to say it, but like it's really, I'm trying to find the best way to be of service. Okay, I'm going to introduce the planets now. Lilith, Neptune, Saturn, Uranus, the Sun, the Moon, Pluto, Chiron, Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, and Venus. And like I said, I follow the mean node and the mean Lilith. So this is the north node and the south node. Oh my God, pardon me. North node and the south node that I placed down like this. So you can see like what the north node is going into and what the south node is releasing over here. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Is that it? That's it. If you have any questions, please reach out directly. My email address is always listed below. You can just have an email exchange, ask any questions you've got. Aries rising, Aries sun, Aries moon. Okay. During this transit, Mars right now, for the 26th of March, at the beginning of this transit, is in your house of home, in my pocket of the world, and safety is key. He's direct the rest of the year. He had that retrograde from Leo going here. This is your chart ruler. That's why I'm mentioning it before we get into Lilith. It's going to go all the way around over here, and it's going to end in the house of the father, starting in the house of the mother and going to the house of the father, transiting the side of your chart of relationships. How have you really, like during this transit, I feel like for you Aries, in the 29th of June 2024, when Lilith was in Libra, like you did so much inner work on yourself. You did so much, and you outgrew a lot of people. And it really hit your heart. It really hit your heart. It really hit your heart, honey, where you had to deal with like, I'm not better than you. I don't think that I'm better than you. I don't feel like I'm better than you, but why aren't you, I can't carry you. I can't carry you. This could have been a job. This could have been a roommate. This could have been a sibling. This could have been parents. This could have been a relationship, a situationship, a, karmic contract, whatever it may be. But this transit for you is really incredible. Really incredible, honey. I just feel like this is going to be so deep within you. Like when the North Node was transiting your sign, it was ego, it was the storefront view of my life. That's when the relationships, the South Node was transiting those in the house of relationships. Like wherever Libra falls in your chart, it's just like, this has been guttural. But right now, you're getting to know a really beautiful Tootsie Roll center of yourself. A really incredible Tootsie Roll center of yourself. The sun, actually, I'll put down, actually don't have to. The sun right now is here. It's going to go to here. It's it's interesting. Lilith goes into Sag the day before the winter solstice or summer solstice, depending on where you are on the planet. So it's like the sun is at 29 degrees Sag when Lilith goes into 0 degrees Sag. You're being prepared for something so much bigger than yourself, and because of all of these outer transits, or something so much bigger than what you've ever experienced. I'm just seeing you literally like having a whole nother volume of life, like a whole other experience in this whole summer or winter, depending. The next 9 months for you is really you getting used to a level of something. This could be knownness, this could be wealth, this could be sensual expression, this could be creative expression, this could be entrepreneurship, this could be, you know, I'm dating someone that is different than my family and I have to keep boundaries with my family. It just seems to me like, because Chiron doesn't really move. Chiron starts at 22 degrees and then ends at 22 degrees retrograde. So it's this like really deep, whatever aspects you have at 22 degrees of your sign, Aries, like look into that as well. It's just fascinating. It's just so fascinating how the images that you've seen since childhood, that you've known, or whatever you've been daydreaming about, start to blossom this year. And I want you to get used to like allowing yourself to make mistakes and not beating yourself up. Like you don't have to relive the way that you were treated as a child to yourself. There's a great Lewis Howes talk that really hit the nail on the head on a few things. I'll put that below for you, Aries, and just know that it's okay that you've healed a lot, and this year is an opportunity for you to chip and fall a little bit and know that you can't mess it up. Like I want you to, my favorite phrase right now is reps and sets. I want you to reps and sets this and get used to whatever it is that you've been in the arena for. Continuously do it. But I feel as though the way that you view things right now is going to really, you're becoming an adult. And for you, it's like you're getting past the Peter Pan mentality. You're getting to know your inner teenager. You're giving your inner child safe and beautiful and abundant spaces to kind of like feel this and just express yourself. But this is deep inner stuff. This is deep inner stuff. I'm hearing you be like, I thought this would be kinky, or I thought it would be a little bit more like bow chicka bow bow. Well, if you're in a healthy relationship, by all means, sex it up and have a good time. But if you are not yet in a healthy partnership and you're waiting for that to happen, then go slowly and wait for the right time to show that side of yourself. But get to know it on your own. Get to know yourself before you share it with others. Get to know you, Aries. Spend the time getting to know you and decide what you want and why. Cool. Taurus rising, Taurus sun, Taurus moon. It's your house of relationships, honey. And I love that Taurus rising especially, but Taurus sun and moon, you can vibe with this as well, where there's a rising sign. So the descendant is what we're attracted to in other people. It's relationships, seeing God in another, seeing the important people in our lives. But it's also aspects that we have in our chart that we could really implement, and it would be advantageous for our growth to implement that. I'd say if you've been waiting a long time for a partner, now will be the time that you will attract by vibrational match to who you are, the person that you can really be free with. We never stop evolving and healing, Taurus. I want you to know then the fact that you're here with me looking at all signs reading, looking at a Lilith transit, means that you're doing deep inner work. But there's a big difference between displacing the work that we must do on ourselves and like projecting it onto another person and actually pushing away a relationship because we're like, I'm not healed enough yet. I'm not healed enough yet. Blah, 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 blah. Like there's a lot that could be coming up. Can you explain that, Sarah, a little bit more? If we have a mother or father wounding, relationship issues, we attract the same type of person over and over and over, whatever it may be. And you attract someone that's like, you remind me, you smell like the person that really messed me up, but I feel great about this, and we might be karmically contracted. So let's just swan dive headfirst into this. You will continue to attract the person, the same broken record over and over and over until you look at the root. And then you recognize, oh, it wasn't them, it was me. I was putting on the perfume, the cologne that attracted that exact type of person. I was a vibrational match for that exact person. So it has nothing to do with anyone else. This is seeing the universe, God, source, spirits, in another, where we are God having a human experience, everyone else is God having a human experience. So that's another you. That's another you. We also can get caught up in the process of, I've been doing my inner work and I don't want another karmic contract, I don't want another this. The person that is meant for you is going to feel equally safe and inspiring at the same time. Where you can be your full self, they learn your love language, they give you that safe space, but they also challenge you. They're not going to let you like amalgamize yourself to them and be like, we're one flame. They're going to have their own experience, have their own North Star, and you both complement, not complete each other. You know, how you use this energy, Taurus rising especially, when Lilith goes into Sagittarius, the house of deep transformation, death, and shared possessions, says to me, if you wait and vet and spend time getting to know people and share when it's time to share and know what's mine and what's ours and what's yours, and like, is this my stuff, is this my projection? Like, it takes a lot of communication to be in any relationship right now. It takes deep work, but work that you want to do. Once Lilith gets into Sag, it's kind of like I'm seeing things go in big waves where it's like slow, delicious, wonderful, and then bam, 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 bam. And then slow and delicious and wonderful, and then bam, 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 bam. And that's beautiful. I feel like for you, as fixed negative earth energy of Taurus, not projecting onto you as the person, but just the energy type of Taurus, that's a wonderful way to experience growth. A wonderful way to experience growth. So this could be a really wonderful opportunity to meet new people on the vibration that you're at, and know that you can't mess up. It's like that red string theory. The person that's meant for you, you can't mess that up, but you can delay it for a long time if you don't look in the mirror. So take responsibility for yourself and implement a little bit of Scorpio vibes into your daily life, Taurus. Like, how can you become more like that to attract it? Good stuff. The partner doesn't heal you, they complement you. You can only be the only one to heal yourself and save yourself. Gemini. This is an incredible time of leveling up. This is an incredible time of leveling up for you. This is the house of daily life and health and practical service. This is interesting. So since, the 29th of June, 2024 is when Lilith went into Libra. And for you, this is the house of play, joy, romance, creativity, and childlike spirits. What other people have perceived you to be like acting a foot, or you were running off and doing this and doing this and doing this and doing this and doing this, where it's like you were gathering so much information and you're such an experiential learner that you're like, actually, I'm about to shift in a way that nobody knows. And I'm really excited about that. I'm really, really, really excited about that. Your chart ruler is in Aries right now, retrograde, when Lilith goes into Scorpio. And by the time Lilith goes into Sag, pardon me, where is it? Sag. Mercury, your chart ruler, will be in Sag. That's exciting. You get a few retrogrades throughout the year of your chart ruler. So knowing that this time there's an environment that really is looking to welcome you, Gemini, that's really, really looking to welcome you. Yeah. Yeah. I could put every single one down. There's infinite astrological validations, but Jupiter is going to be in Cancer, retrograde, when Lilith goes into Sag. I really love this. This is a beautiful time. Jupiter's been in your sign for a while. It's about a year transit. Going into Cancer energy is an abundance of money, values, access to resources. There's a huge, I don't even want to say glow up. It's like you've been the architect of this time, and now could be an opportunity to really get to know your Lilith, get to know your natal Lilith. I would just spend a little bit of time asking yourself about, like, what is the healthiest environment for me to be my most expressive, whatever Lilith means to you. Put in the adjectives that Lilith really means to you. What environment, what daily life and practical service can I do in this world that honors my Lilith? Do some journaling on that. This is a huge year, Gemini, huge year for you. And you've been the architect of deep, deep growth as far as your environment, whatever your job, your mission, whatever it is that you do. Whatever it is that you do. Public life, legacy, and career. I mean, this is where Neptune is. This is where Saturn is. Like, this is freaking Uranus is dipping into your sign and then coming back. Like, this is life-changing years and energies for you. It's absurd. All of these outer planets changing in 1 year. Really, I'll highlight the work of Pam Gregory. She's just one of the most blessed astrologers that we have on this planet right now. There's certain aspects that I don't know exactly which one it is. I think it was like the sextiles of everything, so don't quote me, but definitely go check out her work, where she's like, this has never happened before. I really want you to take that in, that certain astrological aspects are going on during our lifetime that have never happened before. We've never been this evolved. We've never even experienced Pluto sitting where it is right now. Like, that's pretty wild. That's pretty wild. So keep educating yourself, keep learning, and I would just really spend some time visualizing the healthiest environment for you to be your freest, wildest, whatever Lilith means to you, but really spend some time there. Cancer rising, Cancer sun, Cancer moon. This is gorgeous. It's going to trine to your Cancer placements. I love that. The square of Lilith and Libra might not have been the easiest for you. It might have been a lot of family stuff to come up, a lot of safety issues to come up, possibly some sobriety. A lot of people I know, a lot of Cancer placements actually have gone sober, so I have to highlight my Cancers. An incredible job that a lot of you have done. And this is a time to really enjoy, and like, I'm hearing the word harvest. You're really harvesting a lot of the work that you've done, and finding that you can be helpful for a lot of people. You know, it doesn't really matter what age you are in this world. When you've gone through something, Cancer, sun, moon, or rising, you can help people with it. You know, Chiron is an Aries, just chilling in your house of legacy, public life, and career. So when we go through specific traumas in this world, we can be helpful for others that are a little bit farther back on the path than we are, or standing in arenas that we've stood in before. And we can offer tools to people that I'm just listening to the guides. This is a lot to do with your physical body for some reason. Whether you are in fitness, going into fitness, something has happened to your physical body. There's something about your physical body that you're just... There might be some shame around that. There might be some shame around sharing certain things that have happened to you. There might be some... confusion coming up right now. Yeah, some confusion coming up for you right now. What would the safest version of, like, what if it was so safe to be completely yourself? What if it was completely safe for you to be yourself? How would you play? How would you create joy? What is health for you? This could be an opportunity to bring children into this planet as well. This is the house of children, childlike spirits, romance. If you've been waiting a long time for a partner, this could be a time of partnerships coming in. And a soul contracted partner as well. Uranus going into Gem and then coming back. It's definitely soul contracted partners. Like in a good way. Like not in a trauma-based way, but I've gone through all this healing, I've done all this work, I've cleared all this karma, I've dealt with my family, I've dealt with my siblings, I've dealt with all this. And it's time for me to have a good life and meet someone that can grow next to me, not into me, not become me or take from me, but we nurture each other, and we nurture each other's growth, and we nurture each other's path, and to have something healthy. And it doesn't matter how deep into certain, like whatever was your poison den. Like, oh my God, please go watch my Waking Up Post Woke series. I've done some things, you've done some things, everybody's done some things, and maybe we're now not proud of, but it's going in the book one day. So you come out to tell the tale. And and there's a whole psychological component to it, but I find that I connect more to people that have done a thing or two and have learned from it. I'm an spiritual learner myself, and come out of it to say, yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. I did it. You can if you want, but this is what's going to happen. So maybe it's time to write the book or start to find a way to share your story, Cancer. Others need what you have to say. That's cool. Didn't expect that. That's really cool. I love when we break down by lens, by lens, by lens. So this is a good time. This is great. Leo. This really matches where you are right now. And I really love that. This is the house of home. My pocket of the world. Safety is key. This is cultural family roots, ancestral family roots. This is gorgeous. You on a fixed axis. We had Pluto go into Aquarius last year, so that's really rocking. Oh my God, there's a song. Keep on rocking in the free world. I want you to feel free. There's some mamas and papas, Leos here that are like, I can't feel free. Sarah, I have responsibilities. I have children that I have to take care of. I'm navigating this. I'm, leaving a partnership, or I'm coming into a partnership, or I'm this, or I'm that, I'm the third, where you can listen to one song. You can feel free listening to that one song and dancing. You can put it on your headphones while the kiddo is sleeping. You can do that. One song. I love that this is my pocket of the world. There have been many times that my pocket of the world was like in a suitcase and in my skin. And sometimes to this day, that's still true. when you live with community, when you have certain things that are coming up. North node's in your house of shared possessions. You might not be living in the environment that you really want to be living in right now. You might feel like everybody's listening and watching and that you have no safe space. Your skin, your body, your mind. No one can take your mindset away from you. So I would love for you to expand the realms of home and what that means, and going from in my being, in my gut, in my body, in my breath. And, there have been times that, I've been living in places I didn't want to live. And so I had like a hanky, like this one. I would wrap up my cards and I'd put my cards in them, and then I'd open it up and I would have, a little piece of a rock, my coffee cup, and a few different things. I had my candle, my incense, and that was a mansion. That was my altar. That was my mansion. That was my space. So don't not share who you are. Like Lilith, really take the lessons that you learned with the South Node in Libra and Lilith in Libra. Really take those lessons and be honest and communicate clearly, and don't go into the bad place of woe is me. Don't do it. We know you can. I can too. I'm an Aries. Fire signs. We can be most dramatic. So don't go there, but move forward. So I've learned lessons. Now I'm moving on. I learned how to communicate, where the boundaries of the communication was, and how to express myself clearly. And now I'm moving on. I'm releasing old values, and I'm really expressing myself and knowing what that is. Yeah. This could be a new home as well. This could be moving. This could very, very well be moving for a lot of you. Yeah. Transformative relationships, your entire axis, your fixed axis is getting renovated. So this could be a new home. How cool is that, Leo? Yeah, once you have learned the lessons in a specific area of the planet that you're supposed to learn them, you just get spit out and it's time to go. So tell the universe, tell God where you want to go, the state you want to move to, the country you want to move to, and all those different things. And also, if you're not really sure about that, you can spend some time like, how do I want to feel every day? The practical manifestation technique could be a really wonderful tool. It's in the toolbox on my public playlists for free. And you could spend some time just being like, okay, wake up, and what do I hear? What do I smell? What do I see? Like all those types of things, Leo. So paint the picture from the outside in, but this is really great stuff. Start within. Everything starts within, and let it blossom without. Virgo rising, Virgo sun, Virgo moon. This is gorgeous. Earlier today I recorded the new moon eclipse in Aries video for you. And the first thing that I heard, it was deep transformation. That's where the sun is right now. You were like, does it slow down? Do things ever slow down? And I was like, oh, no, child, no. We process forever for the rest of our lives. And it's going to be wonderful. And it's going to be divine. That's just the way. That's the way. This is early learning. Short trips around town, cars, just this higher education. This is like plane travel, but this is like maybe tram, buses, cars, short trips, communication, language, neighbors, the house type of stuff. So there might have been some big gains and big losses, I'd say, with Lilith and Libra. Big gains and big losses, as well as with the South Node in Libra. I'd say, yeah, big gains and big losses in the past 9 to 12, 16 months. And you've learned from them. You've really learned from them, and you're not identifying as that version of yourself, or you don't identify as your money, or if it'll always come back. It's money is an energy, those types of things. But this is siblings as well. You might get closer to siblings again, or like soul siblings as well. There might be some new friendships that come into your life that really feel like brother, sister. It could be from across the world. Truly. I've met soul brothers and soul sisters on this YouTube channel that I love, and the second that I meet them will run right into their arms and cry. In physical form. We've met over the internet webs numerous times, and we love each other. You know who you are. And it's family love. It's my soul knows you. We came here in that pod. We came here together. We came here to experience this together. So this transit is learning communication, healthy communication. And also definitely watch the introduction to this at the beginning. It was an extended introduction worth your time. And we've talked about this a few times. I talked to Leo about this before. We have to express ourselves. We have to tell the people around us how we feel, giving them the opportunity to decide, I want you in my life or I don't want you in my life. This is going to be a huge doubling down opportunity for you to really have the healthiest means of expression, verbal communication, and looking at your patterning, why I communicate the way that I do. Sibling order is a huge one as well. Like, these are huge opportunities to find out, and I talk about this in my Awakened Mastery program. The reason that we get to know how we communicate, why we communicate that way, is so that we get to decide, am I going to allow this? Am I going to allow this to run me? Am I going to allow this label to be on my lapel? Am I going to sew it on, or am I going to rip it off? You can shift and change that. There is a season of life that I identified. I'd talk about this with strangers as an adult child of alcoholic parents. And I was like, oh yeah, it's effortless. We can lie effortlessly, yada, yada, yada. And I was like, you can lie effortlessly? Or are you in a verbally abusive narcissistic relationship? You're getting high every single day and maybe you're the problem because you should get up and leave. And maybe you should not be in this environment, and you don't have to have people feel sorry for you to get attention. You could get up and you could go. Maybe, honey. So I was the problem. And it's like a baby not knowing how to tie their shoes. One day they're going to get up and say, okay, I'm going to know how to tie my shoes. I'm going to reps and sets this, and I'm going to continue to learn how to tie my shoes until now you can just tie your shoes. So you don't always have to listen to the third house stuff. You can learn it, Virgo, and get to know it and then master it. Awesome. Libra. This is big, dude. This is big for you. This is big. Libra rising especially. Libra sun and Libra moon. This is big. So you had the South Node and Lilith transiting your sign. It has not been the easiest few years for you. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. And you've come out of it in the healthiest way that I've ever seen. Like, the most evolved Libra placements that I know in my personal life are so clear and so abundant and so blessed, and are in healthy relationships, are moving, are sober, are nurturing their inner child. Like, it's so profound. This transit happening in your house of money, values, and access to resources is fascinating to me. Is fascinating. I really want to articulate this appropriately. When making deals, business deals, when making relationship deals, when deciding what to order at a restaurant, deciding what to wear every day, I want you to be cognizant of the lenses. We speak in lenses. What lenses you're viewing that through? Am I wearing this because it feels good? Am I honoring my values? Do I like the color? Does it nurture me? When it comes to business deals, is it, oh, this guy's kind of a son of a nutcracker, but I guess I'm going to sign on to this because it's 3 extra zeros on the base. Am I honoring my freedom? I don't really have creative control over this, but I'm going to do it anyways because I kind of have to because I got the kiddos. Like, are we convincing ourselves to do the thing, or are we staying true to our values? This whole transit, I feel like for you, is going to be an incredible opportunity for healthy relationships to come in. It's like that soundbite, where it's like immediately no. Like, you'll know, And I just don't want you to get caught up in the hullabaloo of whatever's going on. Whatever is going on. Whatever is going on. Saturn and Neptune during this transit are going to dip into Aries and then dip back out. Uranus is going to dip into Gemini and then dip back out. Like, this is big. These are big opportunities. If you have Gemini placements as well, these are huge opportunities for growth, expansion past anything you've ever known. So honor your values and your freedom in a way that it's also very important for you to recognize who is with you during your darkest times. Who is with you? Who could you call on? And just be aware of them. And if they're not in your life anymore, that's totally fine. But what were the values that that person gave you? We've talked for a bit, Libra, and I haven't mentioned this in a long time. So it's very, very important that for a lot of the new people that are here, I've mentioned this story, and I really want you to take it to heart. Whatever parable you want to take it as. You know, Libra, you're usually pretty flush with money. Usually pretty flush. You and Cancer are usually pretty flush with money. So, you know, you go out to dinner a lot, you go out to lunch a lot, and you're usually the one to foot the bill because you can. Do the people that are at the table also bring something to the table? Do you have a raconteur like myself that's the good storyteller, that's the good vibe? Is someone reading for you? Is somebody like channeling messages for you? Is somebody, offering you their niche, their slice of the pizza? Or are you noticing that they're just saying, oh yeah, of course, Libra, let's go to lunch. Of course, let's go to lunch, just so they're sitting at the table and they want the VIP pass. So if you've recognized recently that the people that you are surrounded with don't share the similar values that you have, what would it be like to take yourself out to lunch? Or what if you didn't pay? Another great parable is like the friends in your life. If you stop calling them, are they going to call you? Do you facilitate it? Again, if you have Cancer placements, like if you have Virgo placements, you don't have to run things all the time. What if you didn't foot the bill? These are huge opportunities for you to run your life, Libra, in a real big way. I'm very excited for this transit for you. Very, very excited. Cool stuff. Deep growth. Adult stuff. Adult stuff. Scorpio. Scorpio rising. Scorpio sun. Scorpio moon. Something big. Something big is coming for you. This is really interesting. So I'm seeing you standing in front of a mirror and you're going shopping. And it could be at home. You're just standing like a full-length mirror. You're just standing in front of it. And you're just looking at these clothes and you're just like looking at them and you're like, I don't like these clothes. Zoop, and you just take the clothes off. And you're standing there just naked in front of the mirror with yourself. And there's like this flashback that I'm seeing of you being like, oh, I don't like this, or oh, I don't like this, or oh, I don't like this, oh, I don't like this. And you just unzip that film, that like auric energy of self-hatred and judgment, and you just take that off. It's just an energy film that you take off and you throw it away. And it's the same body, it's the same you. And you're just like, you are gorgeous. You are so beautiful. I love everything about you. I love how you grow. I love how you develop. I love how you're working on yourself. I love how you rest. I love how you channel. I love how you care. I love how you do this. Like, there's so much. This is your time. This is your time. This is a beautiful time. If you've been waiting a long time for a relationship, this could be the time that comes in. This could really be the time that comes in. Uranus is going to dip into your house of deep transformation. This is a Scorpio run house and dip back. Saturn is going to dip into Aries, come back. Neptune is going to dip into Aries and then come back into Pisces. This is a huge opportunity for you to really I've talked about this before with you, where I'm like, you could be moving and you're like, good, done, ready. I have no attachments to the area that I'm in. I'm waiting for my opportunity to go. Because it just feels like there's still a little bit of confusion of like where it's supposed to be, or where can I do my best work. Jupiter right now is like, Jupiter's going to go into Cancer energy later this year. Mars is going to transit all the way over to Capricorn during this transit. Jupiter will go in here. So there's going to be so much more clarity coming, Scorpio. But you have learned your lessons. You've cleared a lot of karma. You've cut ties to the yous of the past. You are waiting for your opportunity to move forward, and you're not rushing it. You might not like where you are, but you're not running from it. You're really, I'm excited. This is exciting stuff. This is a big year for you. This is a really big year for you, Scorpio, and you're leveling internally up, not in a judgmental, not in a I'm better than you, not in a, oh, I need to do this, or oh, I need to do that, or oh, I need to do this, or oh, I need to do that to impress this person. You're just falling in love with yourself and your life. It was beautiful. Like, definitely, depending on when you're watching this, go watch the March 29th, the new moon eclipse video that I did for Scorpio, and go back and watch that. Because it was just really awesome what came through. And I want you to experience that. It doesn't matter when you're watching this, but that could be just like a nice, like, yeah. I love it. Dress the part. Don't ever forget to not, like, dress the part. Level up. Level up some of your makeup and some of your products. Throw them away. They're not for you. You know who I'm talking to. Change it up. Go natural. Do whatever you want. But I'm done. I love you. Sag. Sagittarius. Rising sun and moon. When Lilith transits your 12th house, because I'm a Scorpio rising, but Lilith is in my 12th house right now. So I did some research, just very general research. Lilith transiting the 12th house. What does it mean? How can I navigate this? How can I utilize it? Yada, yada. On just astrological websites. Not on niche websites, but astrological websites. They're like, yeah, this is about mastery. This is about power, control, healings, closures. They're like, yeah, BDSM and, healthy DS play is a huge, it was like literally listed as like the medicine. I could kind of just end it right there for you, Sag, but that might not be for you. Jupiter's transiting your house of relationships. Classically, that's when, what they say, oh, the planet of luck and abundance comes into my house of relationships. Well, it's you. So it's just Jupiter classically in this house. You got to be free in your relationships. You got to be independent in your relationships. You got to have Lilith in you to be able to handle this. Yeah. Doesn't always happen. The energy, the planets aren't dictating. This is what could happen, what's available to you. But when this happens, and then especially when this happens, if things are not aligned, things will be removed. If relationships are not aligned, they will be removed. If people are not in alignment with your soul purpose, they will be removed. But the ones that are there are meant to be there. This could be a move. Could be for some of you that are looking to move and relocate. It's very possible. I would say as long as it's aligned to what it is that your soul came here to do, then you'll be able to move. You might feel a little bit stuck until that time, until you finally fully accept how freaking glorious you are, Sagittarius. Because yeah, it's a lot of power to wield as a Sag. It's a lot of power. And so with great power comes great responsibility. And knowing that, if you're drawn to my work, there's probably a level of publicness that you are keen for, whether you are working with the public, have a public platform, or just are the most charismatic mother father that's ever existed on this planet. It's usually what you're drawn to with me. So Sag, I recommend finding ways to feel safe up there. Finding ways to feel nurtured and nourished. Like, it doesn't matter. If you have a few people that love you, you can go act a fool in front of millions of people and be funny and be this. It doesn't matter when you don't judge yourself off of the opinions of others. You judge yourself off of the opinions of those that you keep closest to you. And sex it up. Have a good time. It's going to be fun. I'm excited for you. Boundaries. Healthy boundaries. Communicate clearly. You can do this. Capricorn. I love the first few things that come to mind. Where it's like you running things, you running the community center, you running all the things, you're doing all the things. It's a beautiful thing. I want you to really know how much you can give in a day. Really know how much you can give in a day. And ask yourself, is it what it is that I desire for a community center or my wishes for the future, whatever it is? Really look at the why. Really look at the why. I want you to spend this year, this transit, this is a 9-month transit, really getting to know my intentions of things. So many people are keen to start community centers, keen to start all of these different things, want to meet up with people. Start in ways that feel good for you. Start with online, or start with, having a weekly something or other. This has been, take what you learned with the South Node in your 10th house and Lilith in your 10th house, where a happy home in a healthy relationship, maybe even children, or fur babies, or having, some version of boundaries. I'll give an example. So fame nowadays is so different, where you can be a writer, you can be an online artist that does a few gigs in person a year, and you don't have like the paparazzi coming after you all the time. Like, you can have a level of niche knownness and still have your autonomy, your freedom. I never want you to regress back into the time equals money type of a thing. I don't want you to be like, oh, I gotta run this community center, I gotta run this thing, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this. And then you just happen to stumble across a really healthy partnership and relationship, and you're like, oh, I don't wanna do any of this anymore. I don't wanna do any of this anymore. Find your slice of the pizza, your role, Capricorn, and play that role and offer what you can and do it in a way that feels safe and has healthy boundaries, and you're filling every single bucket. You have a healthy time with yourself. You're nurturing your self-care. You're nurturing time with family. You have a healthy exercise regime. You are journaling and you're doing the right thing. Like give and receive. Give and receive. Because that's when you meet the right people that have the mastery of their slice of the pizza. Because if you're still feeling like, I gotta be Cap, I gotta do this thing, I gotta run it, you're gonna attract people that don't wanna fill their whole role. For example, if you meet people, say you are, an energy worker, you do healing work or whatever it is, you're in like the spiritual realms, and you meet someone and they're like, yeah, do whatever you want, bring in whatever you want, do whatever you want, do whatever you want. Yeah, no, just like your yes friend. You don't want a yes friend. You don't want a yes friend. You don't want a yes friend. You don't want to lean on the South Node, trining your sign. You want to lean on the sextile of Lilith telling you, if you don't bring something to the table, why are you sitting at my table? I polished the silverware. I built this table. I wielded it. I did all the things. I dealt with Pluto transit in my freaking sign since 2008. I've nurtured the light inside of me. So you don't want a yes friend, Cap. You want people that are going to tell you when you got food in your teeth. Tell you. I saw this random video yesterday. It was, oh my God, it was Benedict Cumberbatch. And he was on, oh God, that British gentleman's television show, or like talk show. And they were talking about how he did this like Planet Earth special, and he couldn't say penguin. He called it like penguin or something. And they were making a joke about it. And it was hysterical, but at the same time, he's like, I wasn't just sitting in a booth by myself. I was surrounded by specialists and people that knew all of these things. Not a single person told me, hey buddy, you know, it's penguin, not penguin. Remember that. Remember that. You don't want a yes friend. You want somebody who's going to tell you, hey, your shadow's showing. Because they will let you do all the work. Good chat. Sorry, I just love you, Capricorn. I love you. I love you enough to scream at you across the world. All right, Aquarius. Very interesting. Very interesting. Definitely some of the Capricorn video could be advantageous to listen to. Fame doesn't have to look like what you thought it would look like. Or there's this, oh gosh, what's her name? Whitney something? She's a fame coach. Very interesting niche. And, you know, she gave this video where it was, you know, picture 100 people. Your brain can picture that. Picture 1,000 people. Your brain can picture that. Picture 10,000 people. Your brain can kind of picture that. Picture millions of people. Your brain can't put them in a room. Can't do it. But then sometimes haven't you like stumbled across like a random YouTuber, TikToker, Instagrammer that you're like, wait, you get millions of views? I don't even know who you were. If I saw you in line at the grocery store, I would never even have known that you had knownness, that you had fame. Yeah, it's so possible. And it's so safe. And it's generational. And you're good. You're good. You're just good. So whatever you healed in the Lilith and Libra transit and the South Node in Libra transit, whatever you healed, you ain't running from anymore, which I'm excited about. Yeah, you got some opportunities to do something pretty big right now. If you want to. Like I said, whatever feels good and safe and whatever your nervous system, very Dr. Joe, like your energy, you won't be given opportunities that you don't believe you're worthy of. Sorry, I can't. I'm like, I'm up and I'm down and I'm jumping. And this is my second all science reading that I've done today. I've been channeling and I'm just loving what I get to do. Just loving it. Let me mirror to you. You don't know what I'm wearing. You don't know what I have on my face. You don't know. You don't know. You don't know. Just sitting in my room with the paper grid that I made with crystals. You know, Pluto from a little Christmas box from the 70s. And we've connected. This might be the first time you've ever met me. Hi. You don't even know what I look like. So it can be whatever you want it to be. Whatever you want it to be. And when Lilith goes into Sagittarius later this year in December, it's okay to outgrow mindsets, certain ideologies. It's okay to evolve. There's a podcaster, oh my God, what's his name? Chris Williamson, I want to say. Chris Williamson. He was just on Rogan, British gentleman. And he's talking about, it was one of his shorts, where one of the most evolved things to do as a human being is to, you know, maybe you believed something for so long and then you educated yourself, Aquarius, you learned something new and then you don't have that belief system anymore. Yeah. There's a difference between values and beliefs. So you can always be honest and integral and healthy and forthright and courageous, but your beliefs in this ever-changing world are going to change because the world is ever-changing. So because you're on a fixed axis, Aquarius, it's okay to let go of some of that rigidity and reframe what knownness looks like. Pisces, darling, this has been a lot. I'm excited about this. This could be a new higher education. This could be a master's program. This could be you teaching. This could be you moving. This could be you moving country, moving state, moving across the hall, moving across the street, new relationships. You really being seen as, and this could be as in depth of, you know, when you're in relationships or you have family members that maybe have narcissistic tendencies, verbally abusive tendencies, or whatever it may be, no judgment, no judgment. When you're in those situations and you're not really shouting from the rooftops, like, oh, this is happening, I'm being abused. And then someone just sees it. Like the club lights get turned on and someone's like, oh, wait, that's how you've been treated this whole time? They've been making it up. They've been lying. And you're actually like, the gaslighting comes like, this is just like the gaslight film is like getting cleared. I'm literally seeing like a 90s club, the lights get turned on at 3 a.m. and like the gaslighting smoke that this person or relationship, South Node in your house of relationships, is like getting wafted, and people are like coming out of the spell and they're just like, wait, Pisces has been getting, this has been happening to Pisces? And they're not like judging the other person. It's like, grab your torch and pitchfork. It's not like that. It's just saying like, oh, Pisces, how can I support you? How can I really be there for you? There's been a lot of mischievousness coming up in some of the all signs readings. I'm recording this in March of 2025. So depending on when you're watching this, because this is a 9-month video, it could be that it's just been a lot of like, maybe you have people around you, you've entered in a relationship that really wasn't for you and you're trying to get out of it. There's just been a lot happening, Pisces feminine and Pisces masculine. And so, yeah, I just honor that. This could be you really changing your life in a beautiful way. This is normally a Sagittarian run house, so for you it's run by fixed negative water instead of positive mutable fire. So it's a little bit more like, oh. And dude, when you've been treated a certain way for so long, when you've been in an environment that you've been like molded by another, you sometimes don't want to even talk about it because you think that it's you pointing fingers in them instead of just being like, no, this is a fact of what's happening in this situation. This isn't for everyone. It's just been coming up a lot lately in the past few readings. So I want to honor that right now, that the right information will find the right Pisces placements at the right time. But if I'm reaching you from across the world, just really know that it's okay to ask for what it is that you need, ask for help, to feel support, to be nurtured by a healthy community, and to be able to walk away from situations and to know that to give yourself some time to unpack who you really are and get to know who you really are. And you don't have to be responsible for the emotions of others. You can speak from I statements and say, this is how I feel. This is what I need. You're not saying, you did this, you did this, you did this. You're just saying, this is how I feel. This is what I need. And that's that. That's that. This is a big house. This is also the house of legalities, where the South Node is in one house of legalities, and now Lilith is going to be in your other house of legalities. So this could be legal, separations, different things like that. Oh. I love you all so much. Happy Lilith and Scorpio transit. I'm excited to see how this shakes out for everybody. Have a beautiful day.